Good afternoon, Gab here, Sarah's husband. Day 21, part 2. I know I have been really slack lately and I haven't done part 2s, mainly because when on the drive, I'm usually driving right through. I'm only having 15-minute breaks, not enough time to sit down, do a video, and have the drink and upload the video, all that stuff, and then I've got to go to bed and get myself ready to, cot down and get up again the next day. Usually I get up and I've got about an hour to prep myself, prep the truck, and get myself sorted so that then I can do a video, upload it and get going. So for those of you who want to slap the back of my hand, feel free, should do them. But I'm currently sitting at Albury, out in the middle of nowhere. If you look up Albury on Google Earth, you'll see the airstrip. I'm at the eastern end of the airstrip. Look, I'll try to pan. So that's out the front of my truck. Very dirty window because I've been driving. That's the strobe lights at the end of the airfield. There have been aircraft taking off and landing, Dash 8s, etc., for all the plane spotters. But as you can see, there's a whole lot of nothing here. Granted, the rest of Albury is a lot more worthwhile to look at. But just at the moment, that's the way it is. I'm here. I'll be getting up, oh dark ridiculous, and going and getting loaded up just actually across the road. The building you could see just across the way there. So yes, so we're going to do one of the evening ones. I'm going to mix up. I think it's the one I've got here. It's heart tart. So it's one of the nighttime ones, so I'm going to have that. So that'll help me burn away some of this this rather large belly to whilst I'm asleep and dreaming of being on the road. Anyway, sorry. Ugh. So yes, it's been a rather interesting day out here on the highways. Lots of people doing stupid stuff all around us. There was a boat actually came adrift off a trailer today, or boat and trailer came adrift off a vehicle, and ended up blocking a road down in Melbourne. Yeah, I didn't have to go through it, thankfully, but the radio chatter from other truckers was really quite comical. They let their displeasure be known. So yeah, it's been an interesting day, and like I say a lot, no trip is worth dying for. If you're towing, always check your trailer's lights. Make sure, just start rolling and operate the brakes to make sure that the trailer isn't pushing you. We do that in the trucks all the time. We've actually got a separate lever so we can actually activate the brakes to ensure that they do come on as well. It's another way of checking that everything is still connected in the turntables, because if it's not connected and you're only moving, say, 2 or 3 k's an hour, it'll disconnect, but it won't drop onto the ground. You'll notice it in your mirrors, disconnect, and everything will clunk and drop, scare the living daylights out of you. But then you could always reverse it back on and reconnect it. Can't do that if you're burtling down the highway 100 k's an hour. Suddenly everything comes apart, like someone's going to get hurt. So luckily, from my understanding, nobody got hurt in that accident today, but it's a good reminder. Please, when you're out in the roads, just take your time. It's not a race. At the end of the day, there are people who love you that you've got to get home to. So even if it takes you an extra half hour to do a journey, so what? It's a half hour of your life that you lose versus the whole of your life that you lose. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I know some people out there will be saying, yeah, well, Gav, we already do that. That's great. By the same token, don't do what one person was bragging about on the radio, bragging about how they were brake checking a truck with their caravan and all-wheel drive. That is insanity. People don't realise 60 tonnes takes at least 200 metres to pull up in an emergency, and that's at 100 k's an hour. I've done it, not through choice but through necessity. And if someone brake checks you, like a car with a caravan can stop a lot faster than that. When I'm at 62.5 tonne, I'm a test pilot, and it's just not worth dying for, because if I hit the back of a caravan or a car, my weight, momentum, and the strength of a truck will just absolutely destroy a car, as you could very well imagine. And if you're sitting in that car, the injuries you could sustain, for what? Proving what point exactly? Oh, I'm king of the road, I can make a truck stop. Oh wow. You can also end up in hospital in intensive care or dead. Somebody's peeving you off, move out of the way. Who cares? There are good and bad everywhere. There are good truck drivers, there are good car drivers, and there are absolutely shocking ones. Yes, we've all seen the red P-plate girls who take multitasking to a whole new level with a phone up to their ear, doing lipstick, looking in the rear vision mirror and driving down the highway at 100 k's an hour. Seen it, couldn't believe it. I actually tried to get video footage of it, but it wasn't quick enough. It was amazing. So yeah, my thing is, no drive is worth dying for, no job is worth dying for. So at the risk of sounding like a broken down record, please just be safe and be careful. Anyway, I take these, and so far so good. I've lost some weight. I'm hoping that Sarah and I will do a Sarah's got a rather good photo. She posted one of herself up at Mount Me from last May, with herself now, and the difference is remarkable. Check out her page and you'll see the before and after. Absolutely incredible. She's actually got one of her and I, and when I saw that photo from last May, I knew I was carrying around a few pounds that I shouldn't have been carrying. I was shocked. So Sarah and I are looking to get a photograph taken, you know, get one of the boys to take a photo of us, and we'll do a before and after of today, how we look and the way we looked back then. So all going well, look out for that. I hope to do that in the next couple of days. It'll probably be either Friday evening or it'll be Saturday morning. We'll do something about that and give you guys an idea of how the ketones have worked for both of us. Sarah has been on them for 32 days now, I believe. Me, 21. She started 11 days before me, so almost 2 weeks. And yes, what they've done for her is just mind-blowing. For me, I'm trying to make sure that I lose all my weight, because there has been diabetes in my family and I want to avoid that issue. And I also want to be around into my 90s to enjoy my children going to my age and older, as well as my grandchildren, and if possible even great-grandchildren. So I have a goal in mind, and I'm prepared to try getting these ketones into me to actually make that a reality. Because let's face it, diabetes is a killer. It can cause you all sorts of issues, from amputations right through to killing you. My blood sugars used to go up and down a lot. Of late, I'll have the ketones in the morning, and the todays when I got here about 3:30, 4 o'clock, I just did a blood test, and it was 6.7, pretty much perfect. So when you consider about 6 months ago, I would be on about 10 to 14, because, you know, I'd had an energy drink, and I'd had an energy drink not so long beforehand, granted not a sugary one, and yeah, my blood sugars were that good. So I swear by these ketones. Well, you got nothing to lose. Look, it's a couple of dollars to get into it. Like, yeah, it's a couple $100, I think it is. Sarah can let you know more about the actual costs associated with getting started. But at the end of the day, a couple of $100. Just say it was $500. It's nowhere near that. But just say it was $500, and it would add 5 years to your life. Or if it was $500 a month, but it'd give you 5 years. Hey, to me, that's a risk worth taking. Now, I'm not a doctor. I can't say whether these things are good for you or not. That's something that you would, if you've got specific health issues, you might want to talk to your doctor about, just to double check to make sure that it's not going to be bad for you. But these things apparently have been created by doctors, so take the brochure along to your GP or your specialist, whatever you see at the time, and verify with them that it's suitable for you, particularly if you're on medications, you know, just to make sure. But from my perspective, I notice a difference for me, and that's all I can really talk about and go by. The results I'm getting and the results I see in Sarah. I'm a lot more focused. I can drive. Like, I tell you, you know, 2 years ago, there's no way I could have done a 13.5-hour stint driving and not being going, oh my God, I feel like death warmed up. No, I get to the other end. I felt I could have driven for another 4 or 5 hours easily, but then went, oh, well, my logbook says I can't. That was the only reason I had to stop. So, yeah, it's obviously going to affect everybody differently, but look, check out Sarah's page. The links will be below, and see what it can do for you. To me, you got nothing to lose by checking it out. In fact, you may actually find something fantastic in it for you, like I have found. So anyway, that's enough raving. I'm going to get stuck into this, and also, if you happen to be in an area that there's no cloud cover, apparently tonight, the 1st of February, from information I have, that green comet is supposed to be visible in Australia. So get out there, have a look for it, and see what you can see. Anyway, you take care, and my regards to you all. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time I'm looking at you or hearing from you. Drop me some comments if you want me to do anything specific or talk about anything specific in relation to the driving or what have you. Be more than happy to discuss things with you. There are other blokes too that I know, and if you wanted to talk about either getting into driving trucks or some of their experiences, I'm sure I could put you on to them, and they could give you examples of things that they have done. So it's an open community. Information is pretty much free, really, in this sort of thing. And yeah, good night all. Have a lovely evening with yours and your significant other and your children, and yeah, catch you next time. Bye for now.